So today, we're on our way to San Antonio, Texas right now. We're going to talk to a small group of experienced real estate investors, syndicators, people that are looking to just get started in real estate, and everybody in between. The objective is to change lives. So one of the things that I'm going to talk about is world-class success. What does it mean and how do you get it? But then also the 7-figure move, right? The 7-figure play. A lot of these people want to get to 7 figures, but maybe they don't have a roadmap on exactly how to get there. They just have these, ideas of wealth and they want to be rich, but no clear, concise, specific roadmap that basically shows them exactly how to get there. So I'm going to share 6 characteristics, 6 habits, 6 thought patterns, 6 ideas that can totally revolutionize your success. And I want to give you guys one of them right now. So first is legacy focus. When you go look, these 7, 8, and 9-figure income earners, business moguls, people that you know by name, the people that get paid, listen, $50, $80, and $100,000 to go speak at conferences that you go to see, like, they're always about legacy. They're thinking legacy focus and like the image that's going to be left about them after they leave this earth. So like, not only like, the success that they had, which is very minimal, but like what kind of person they were, like what kind of father they were, who they were to their family. But then also they're always thinking 5, 10, and 15 years down the road. So you have to operate every day like you're impacting your legacy every day and the image and success that's going to be left behind for your family and for those that you've impacted. So who are you helping? Who's helping you get there? And then who are you working for? The family that you have, but then also the family that you're going to have in the future. So that's one commonality that you'll notice between every single leader that's out there that's world class, is that they're always thinking legacy. It's always about legacy and leaving an impact for those to follow. And essentially those breadcrumbs that you hear about that's being left behind for the young entrepreneurs of today to pick up after they leave.
There.
For sure, man. All right, well, let's motivate some people. Let's inspire some people today.
Let's fucking do it, bro. I'm ready.
All right, brother.
All right, I'll let you know when I'm there.
Sounds good. Bring new devils. So in life, the more successful you become, the bigger your problems get. So I always tell people that you want big problems. You don't want small problems. Like your worry about gasoline shouldn't be about car gasoline. Like if you're going to worry about gasoline, you should worry about the price of jet fuel. So I always tell people, like, you want big problems. Like you don't want to have a $10,000 tax problem. You want to have $1 million tax problem. Because like I said, I would much rather stress about $1 million tax problem than have to stress about, worrying about what bills I could get paid this month at my salary job. So it's just a mind shift that you're going to have for yourself for this type of lifestyle. And I always tell people that you have to build your business around your lifestyle, and you can't build your lifestyle around your business. Because if you're building your lifestyle around your business, then you're just in a high-paying job. But if you build your business around your lifestyle, then that's where freedom is. So realize that it's going to be the easiest thing in the world to do, but I promise you it's going to be the hardest thing that you've ever done, which is to work for the next 2 to 5 to 10 years and try to achieve all your financial goals. If you want level 10 success, or if you want massive success, then you need to have level 10 work ethic. You need to have level 10 dreams. You need to have level 10 discipline in every aspect, every facet of your life, both financially, both with the decisions that you make every day, what time you wake up, who you surround yourself with. So I always tell people it's not one thing that's going to get you to financial freedom, but it's a multitude of a whole bunch of small things. And that's what I like to share with people.
Here, bro.
What's up, man?
Ready to make some moves. What y'all doing?
Today we're gonna speak to how many people?
I would say about anywhere from like 20 to 40 people. It just depends on the crowd. I know there's a weather change right now, so we'll just we'll go with the flow, man.
And so
anything we say should be valuable.
Right. And so when you do these events, like, what do you talk about usually?
So I mean, there's different topics, and we like to keep this event strictly multifamily investing related. Just because, that's what we do and that's what we know how to do, right? Mm-hmm. So as far as multifamily goes, there's different topics that we like to talk about. Today in specific, it's going to be 3 different ways to get started in investing in apartments. But, there's been other events where we bring other, successful syndicators out there, people who, are good at raising money, people who, are part of a title company or like a legal team that, because multifamily I think requires a big amount of, a team, right? It's a team effort. And so there's a lot of different moving parts. So I think it's cool when we bring other people, who are experts in different fields. You know what I mean?
And the crowd's going to be anywhere from everyone from people just getting started, trying to syndicate their own deals, all the way to experienced investors.
Yeah. So there's quite a bit of mixture in the crowd. There's people who own 2,000 units, and there's people who, have been an investor on some of my deals, and there's people who just kind of are curious and, just kind of wanted to get started or learn how to get started,
And you yourself have done how many deals?
I have closed on apartments.
Yeah, apartments.
I've closed on right around 10 apartment complexes. I wholesaled about 7, and we've bought 2, and we have currently 1 under contract.
That's awesome, brother. Yeah, this is what we're going to talk about today, the 3 things that you need to start with.
3 different ways.
3 different ways to get started in multifamily.
Yeah. Hey, here's 50 grand, here's 100 grand, and, just kind of want to sit there and get the distributions of the cash flow. And, you don't necessarily need to be active at all. You just kind of reap the rewards, the tax benefits, right?
Yeah.
Be on the GP side of things, and, put the deal together, raise the money, get the legal team involved, do the due diligence, buy the property, not only that, but asset manage the property, making sure that all the moving parts are being, done right, and make sure that you're maximizing everybody's returns.
Yeah.
So, they all have their own benefits, but again, everyone's in a different point of life, so I think there's 3 different ways for you to get started if you want to start buying apartments, and that's something I want to talk about today.
Yeah, and that kind of ties into what I was saying earlier. That kind of stuff that we're talking about, that he's talking about, that he's done, that's level 10 stuff. That's level 10 success. I always tell people that if you want level 10 results, you need to take level 10 action. You need to have level 10 discipline. You need to take level 10 mindset with you everywhere in every facet of your life.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, man.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what I wanted you to come, because I think a lot of people have this mental barrier, this I don't know if I could do it, and I don't know exactly where to start. Multifamily is definitely a marathon, right? It's not a sprint. So you got to keep moving, and you got to push forward and learn and adjust. And I think a lot of it has to do with sales. And I know you're super good at it, so that's exactly thanks for coming out here, dude. Again,
for sure.
Thanks for meeting me out here. I know it's a long drive, but
Give it up for Adrian for putting on this event. So some of the stuff that I want to talk to you guys about today is some tools and tactics that are going to take you guys to places much higher than 7 figures. And so I want to go ahead and get this word out of the way. It's a G word. And I don't know if we can say this in this type of event, but I guarantee you that if you follow these things that we're about to talk about today, that I'm about to talk about, that you will get to financial freedom. I guarantee you. So the first thing that I want to talk about, which is so important, is that if you want to get to 7 figures, you've got to start thinking and acting like a 7-figure income earner. 6 things that I've written down here that I think that can take you to financial freedom. The first thing is getting crystal clear on exactly where you're going. So just like in real estate, for example, you have to know the exit before you purchase the property. So with your results, with your goals, with the things that you want out of life, know where you're going, get crystal clear on exactly where you're going, so that way you can see those results. The second thing is getting comfortable, and you hear everybody talk about this, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And if uncomfortable means going up to successful people that are getting out of cars that you guys want to drive, then go up to them and tell them your values, your characteristics, exactly what you do, and what made them successful. That's the first thing. Second is investing back into your business. If you want to get to 7 figures and own all these different apartment complexes, Adrian knows the route. So it's reinvesting back into your business and things like skip tracing or leads or whatever you're going to do, cold calls, and paying salespeople to make calls for you. Third is multiplying time. You hire people. You delegate small work. You know people that you guys know about that are already at 7 and 8 figures. They hire people to do their paperwork. They hire film crews, social media guys, editing people. They have a 7-figure dream team that gets them to 7 and 8 figures. So hire your weaknesses and focus on your strengths. Everybody's going to talk about it. If you're an athlete, maybe you focus on your weakness. But if you're a salesperson, if you're a business owner, you need to focus on your strengths and hire your weaknesses and delegate the small work that you don't want to do to assistants and other people that you could pay hourly to do those type of small things. Fourth is legacy focus.
always focusing on your legacy. You notice these guys like Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, Lewis Howes, Eric Thomas, Les Brown, all these people that you guys probably know of, like most of their thoughts are focused on legacy. Like, what can I do now that's gonna pay me in 5 and 10 years? Like real estate, reading books, going to events like this. So it's like legacy focus. And then also like the image that's going to be left about you after you leave. So like how good of a person you were, how good you were to your family, how much time did you spend around your family. And that's why in business, and most people don't realize this, is that you want to build your business around your lifestyle. You don't want your lifestyle to be your business, because then you just have a high-paying job. You're self-employed and a high-paying job, but you're working all these hours and you're almost beating your head against the wall. And then the fifth thing is having full belief and full confidence, and I can't emphasize this enough. I'm going to keep going. Full belief, full confidence, and full certainty in your ability to achieve something. So if you set a goal like 125 units between now and December 31st of 2020, you have to set that goal and get 110% confident in your ability to achieve that. And if you can get like that with your goals, that obsession that you hear people talk about, like getting so obsessed with the idea that no matter what happens, like think about what kind of results you're going to start seeing if you get obsessed with results and obsessed with your progress. So that's like something that I love and I obsess about, is I obsess about real estate, I obsess about sales, business, things that are going to, like I said, pay me in the future and what I'm going to leave behind for my family. I'm not talking about financially, but the father that I can be for the future family that I'm going to have. And it all comes to the things that we're doing right now in our strongest years, in your 40s, 30s, and 20s, that is ultimately going to get you to where you want in your 60s, 70s, and 80s. So do what is hard now, and I promise you life will be easy later. You hear everybody say it. It's so true. Sixth thing is, no matter how good you are today, you can always be better tomorrow. And I'm telling you, like, there is an ultimate version of you guys out there somewhere that you guys haven't found yet, and you need to put in the work today to go find that person. So every day you should work to go be the best version of yourself. That's something that you have to think about, like, what can I do this month, this week, this year that's going to propel me to the next level and to the next best results, next best whatever the heck you want, or whatever goals you have out in life. This is what I tell salespeople, is that you need to build value in you from the beginning. So one way to do that is this statement right here. This is what I've done for the last 6.5 years, which is basically, my name is Alex Tullos. I've got a very deep background in this area. I've been in the industry for a very long time, and I've worked with a ton of people just like yourself. I'm making this up, I purchased properties just like yours on Lasker Street, and these are the things that we look for when my construction team, these are the things that we look for when my team purchases these properties. Boom, 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 boom. And then you just give them all the reasons. So that line for me is worth at least $300,000 right there. Minimum is, I've got a very deep back, and if you can say that, think about what that does to the credibility that you have versus the other person. Immediately puts you on that pedestal, and that's what you're going to need if you're going to purchase a $1.2, $3.5 million property from the owner that's had that property for the last 10 years. He needs to feel confident that you're the guy, that you're the woman that's going to purchase and close on that property. So my name is Alex Tullos. I've got a very deep background in this area. I've been in the industry for a very long time, and I purchased properties just like yours. Boom. This changed my life. This is the reason that I quit my sales job to go pursue business. And that is that what got me to 6 figures, and this was told to me by someone else, someone very high up there in success. He said, Alex, what got you to 6 figures isn't what's going to get you to 7 figures. 7 figures needs a team. You need a like for multifamily, you need a construction team, you need an accountant, you need a lawyer, like you need all these things. Same thing in business. Like if you want to go to 7 figures, like you need a dream team, a 7-figure dream team that can help you do content, that can help you do advertising, that can put your face in front of people. So like that is so important. Like what got you to 6 figures, or if you're at 5 figures and you want to get to 6, you can't do more of what got you to 5 figures and expect to get to 6. Same thing with 7 or 8. Like there's levels to this stuff. And I asked Adrian before this, I said, how much did you stress? He used to do wholesaling on single family houses, and he did a lot of them. And I asked him, how much stress did you have when you did one of those deals? And he said a lot. I said, how much stress did you have when you did your 32 unit deal? A lot. So like the same amount of time and energy that it takes to close a 1 unit deal is the same amount of time and energy that's going to take stress as well to close a 100 unit deal. But what's going to pay you more money as an investor? What's going to pay you more money as a syndicator? What's going to pay you more money as somebody that's just getting started? It's the 100 unit. In sales, same thing. The same amount of time and energy that it takes for you to close a small pool versus a large pool is the same thing. Same objections. It's too much money. I got to go talk to the wife. You're going to overcome the same things, but what's going to pay you more money? The bigger deals, like the leverage, right? And that's so important. So don't start small, start big.
So thanks, Alex. Thanks for coming out here. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man.
You're my boy. Yeah.
Yeah, we just killed that event. We just talked to about maybe 25 people or so that showed up. So I went through 6 things, 6 characteristics, 6, like I said, habits, tools, and really mindset shifts that you need to have in order to get to 7 figures. You see, there's roadmaps that you can take to get to Colorado. There's GPS systems that you can take to learn how to get to Austin, Texas. There's maps that you can find to learn how to get to India. So, like, what I'm telling you is that there's a proven roadmap for you in your specific life, in your specific situation, to take you to the levels where you want to go in your life. So if you want level 10 success, if you want level 10 results, then you have to have level 10 work ethic. You have to have level 10 discipline. You have to have a level 10 mindset that's going to tell yourself that you can do it more days than not. You have to operate at a frequency of those that are already at 7 figures. You have to think and make decisions that are based on those that are already at 6 and 7 figures. I'm so excited to release this to you guys so that you guys can level up in your success. Thank you for watching. God bless and take care.